What is meant by SMB actually? So let me open this one. Yeah. Sorry, 1 minute, please. Yeah. SMB. What do you mean by SMB? SMB stands for server message block. Okay, it stands for server message block. So what this protocol will be doing? It basically, it will be sharing the files, or it will be sharing the folders, it will be sharing the resources across different computers or across different domains, irrespective of the operating system. Okay, irrespective of the operating system. So if you do have a computer over here, okay, your laptop, or to the particular server over here to another server, so it can always share the files over here, okay, or from here to here, or from here to here, in whatever fashion it want. So for example, this is a Windows machine, or this is a Mac, okay, operating system. This is Windows, okay, this is Linux, okay. So whatever the operating system may be, okay, from Linux to Windows, from Mac to Linux, okay, so our Mac to Windows, it can share the data, okay. This particular protocol will be used to share the particular information across different devices like this. So it will be using the port number 445, port number 445, it will be using port number 445. So which protocol will be using 443? Anybody? Which protocol will be using 443? Sir, which yeah, which protocol will be using 443? Yeah, already we have discussed it, right? You should remember all these things. HTTPS. HTTPS is always for 443 port number. Okay, please do remember this one. Okay, so 445 is for port numbers are very, very important. Unless and until you know the port numbers, you cannot access the particular firewall, and you cannot block the particular things as a SOC analyst or as a security analyst. Okay, so these are very, very important. Port number 445 is for server message block for SMB. Okay, so Samba is a popular software. We have several softwares that will be used across these missions in order to share these files. So Samba is a popular software that will be using in Linux machines to share the particular files and folders across different devices or across different operating systems. Okay, so like that we do have several softwares. Okay, and again, yeah, so earlier to this one we do have something called NetBIOS. So basically this is a API, okay, API, application programming interface, where we can always use this one, NetBIOS, networking basic or broadcasting, we can always say basic or broadcasting also. Okay, input output service, okay, networking basic input output service. Okay, this is called as NetBIOS. So earlier people were using NetBIOS. Okay, so nowadays we can say that people are using, but this is not a prominent way to use. Okay, SMB is also not a prominent way. Why? Because whenever you use SMB in your organization, so your organization data will be more vulnerable. Okay, it will be more vulnerable. Why? Because the attackers, what does they do? You know, they can always scan your particular computers. Okay, scan your computers. So by using horizontal scanning and vertical scanning, okay, horizontal scanning and vertical scanning, they can always scan your computer, and they can always know the port numbers, or else they can always know which server is responding. So that is the main thing, right? So that they can always have something, they can always have some Trojan horses, some viruses, okay, all those kinds of stuff, and they can always steal the information. Some for big kind of things, they can always have the plan. Okay, so they can always attack for DDoS kind of stuff. Okay, So or else this particular DNS spoofing. Okay, so for all this kind of stuff they can always use this particular kind of thing whenever you use this SMB. Okay, it is not secured because they can always scan your particular range of IP addresses. On the other day we have discussed it, right? So if you have this particular range, for example, say so 63 dot some 10 dot 52.0/24. On the other day also I have think that I have explained this. Okay, so anyhow, okay, so what does you mean by this one? What does you mean by this one? This slash is, this is a subnet mask. This is a subnet mask. Okay, where the /24 represents 3 octets are the network octets. Okay, 3 octets. Each IP address, each node of the IP address represents a octet, right? That's what we have discussed. So if I want to represent this particular 63 in terms of in binary digits, it will be something like 10110101 like that. Okay, if I want to represent this 10, it will be something like 100010 like that we'll be having. So for each and everything, okay, it will be represented in a binary format only. So /24 represents that the first 3 digits in the IP address. So it represents the network. This is the networking part. Okay, so because each and every node represents an octet, right? So this is the first octet, this is the second octet, this is the third octet. So 24. And what does this particular one 0 to how many maximum we can always have in each node? In an IP address, what is the maximum number we can always have in each node? Come on, tell me, anybody. See, already we have discussed all these things. You have to practice all these things. Okay, so you have got a lot of time because there was no class almost all for 4 to 5 days, right? So you would have revised all those things. Okay, so 255 up to 255 you can always have. So that means what? From 63.10.52.0 if we consider, so 63.10.52.254. okay, until this particular range you can always have. Okay, so this is for a small organization or for home networks. So or else if you consider this as 1, it will be 255. Okay, like that. So you can always have 255 computers, right? So whenever this type of octet if I represent, okay, so this will be the first 3 digits are the particular networking part, and the last digit, okay, the last node represents what? It represents the actual host. If I have 16 over here, then what does it represent? If I have 16 over here, come on, tell me, anybody. If I have 16 over here, what does it represent? What does it represent if I have 16 over here? Vishnu, Narendra, Ramya.
Means 16 no, 16 numbers.
It is not 16 numbers, but it represents 2 octets. 2 octets are the networking part. So what are the first 2 octets? It represents the first 2 octets are the networking part. As earlier we have got 24. 24 means 8 into 3. Okay, 8 into 3. So the first 3, the first 3 nodes represent the networking part then. Okay, now if I put 16, only the first 2 parts represents the networking part. So 63.10, that means 63.10.0.0 to 63.10.254, as I specified 0, right? 254.254. So that means what? Medium sized organizations, so 255 into 255 number of computers it can always accommodate. So my networking part always represents, in that case, 63.10 only. Okay, it won't extend up to the third node. Okay, that is the thing. Okay, like that you have to identify. Okay, so that is the particular thing. Okay, so now as we have understood that this SMB, by using, we can always share the particular files and all, so across different operating systems and different networks, right? So but this is not a secured way, because the attackers, they can always scan your computers. Okay, so how, Kiran, how they'll be scanning? So scanning in the sense, as I specified, they can always do horizontal scanning. horizontal scanning or vertical scanning as well, right? What do you mean by horizontal scanning? Horizontal scanning means, so as we have discussed, right? So 10 dot some 52 dot, okay, so some 63 dot, okay, so some 1 dot 24, okay, so like this if we have, okay, so here what does they do? Actually they will be using a nmap command. What is that? Nmap command. Okay, nmap command. So sorry, this is the vertical scanning. Okay, this is the vertical scanning. Whenever we have vertical scanning, they will be using a command called nmap, and then they will be identifying the particular IP addresses range. Okay, so your organization has which range? From 10.52.63.1 to 10.52.63.255, right? That is your IP address range. So what they'll be doing, they will be using this particular nmap command, and they will be specifying this IP address. So they will, whenever they use like this, right? So they will be having all the active port numbers. Active port numbers, I'll be showing to you. Okay, wait for a few minutes. They will be scanning this particular IP address, so that whatever the port numbers that are active on this particular machine, okay, so they will be getting all those particular port numbers. So once it is completed, then they will be scanning with another one, 10.52.63.2, like that, 10.52.63.255. Up to 255 they will be accessing, and they will be knowing on each and every server what are the active port numbers and all. Okay, so that is the thing. Then the task is easy, right? So if at all on any of the particular servers, okay, so if at all the particular DNS port, what is the DNS port? What is DNS port number? 53. 53 is active. Then they can always send multiple requests to the DNS server, okay, so that they can always have the DNS spoofing, okay, all those kinds of stuff. So for having such kind of attacks only, they will be doing this kind of uh, just like your Ricky, right? So just like the uh, initial practice, okay, that whether which one is working properly or not, whether which are the computers that are accepting their request, okay, like that they can always check by using this particular command. So this type of scanning is called as vertical scanning. Yeah, as I wrote here, this is called as vertical scanning. So in the vertical scanning, what will happen? They can always find the active port numbers. Okay, what is the HTTP port number? Is it active or not? 80. Okay, HTTPS port number 443. Okay, DNS 53, SSH 22, like that, whether all these particular port numbers are active or not, they'll be finding. So based on the particular active port numbers, then they will have their own plan, and they will be having their own attack. Okay, so that is what they will be doing. So this is one kind of scanning which is called as vertical scanning. Okay, and the other one is the horizontal scanning. So what they will be doing in the horizontal scanning actually? So in the horizontal scanning, so they will send a ping request. Okay, ping request to the same IP address 10.52.63.1. Okay, they will be sending a ping request. So whenever they send a ping request, okay, so this ping request will be sent by using a ICMP protocol. What is that? Please do remember ICMP protocol. What is this ICMP protocol actually? Internet Control Message Protocol. Okay, Internet Control Message Protocol. So this is the name of the protocol. By using this particular protocol, they will be having a ping request. So actually this is called as echo request. What is that? Echo request. Echo request. Okay, so they will be sending a echo request on this particular server for this IP address. So it specifies that, okay, all the particular details, whether it is active or not, what is the time to live, will be saying TTL. Okay, how many days it is active, like that information, whether it is accepting your request or not, basically that's what it will be specifying whenever you give the ping request. So once if they know that, okay, it is active and it is taking my request, okay, so then they can always have their particular things. Okay, then slowly they can always ingest some viruses, or they can always ingest some Trojan horses, okay, such kind of stuff. And once it is completed, then automatically it will be in the range, right? In the networking range you are in, okay? So whatever networking range is there, right? So again, it will be scanning all the particular things, all the 255 computers, 52.63.2, like that, 255, up to 255, they can always identify, and they can clearly knowing each and every computer, okay? Each and every computer which is active, which is able to take the requests, okay? And all the port numbers by using the vertical scanning, and which is active and which can take requests of their particular the request they are making, they will be knowing from this horizontal scan, okay? So basically the status of the networking range they will be knowing, okay, by using this particular ping command, okay, by using this SMB protocol. So this is what the horizontal scanning is, okay? So horizontal scanning and vertical scanning, by using both of the things, they can always have the particular things in place, okay? So for example, say if I go over here, okay, so let me go to my AWS interface, let me show you, and let me access a Linux machine and let me show you, okay? So if I open the site aws.amazon.com, this is not amazon.in, this is aws.amazon.com/console, okay? If I open this particular website, I can always sign in over here, or yeah, already I have logged in, no problem. So if I go to, we'll be having instances like this, okay? All these particular things I'll be specifying in my Splunk class, okay? We have to go to the EC2. EC2 stands for Elastic Computing Cloud, okay? That means we need not have our own machines, okay? In our in our premises, we do not have our own machines, but we can always have machines on the cloud itself, okay? So whatever the volume, whatever the CPU, whatever the memory, automatically it will be taking care. AWS only will be taking care. We need not bother about the infrastructure, okay? That's what you have to understand. So now if I click on instances, I do have already 2 instances, it is saying, okay? So both the instances are stopped. Let me start this particular instance. Okay, it will be taking some time. Slowly we are coming into the particular security concepts and all, okay? So please have the recordings, okay? Please check the recordings, okay, regularly, and please gain knowledge, okay? So these are all important for your interview and all, okay? So interviews, definitely they will be asking all these particular questions. So that's why I'm explaining clearly each and everything. So once after all these things are completed, once even the security things and all is completed, then we'll be going into the actual the Splunk security, enterprise security. So there will be seeing various use cases, and there will be seeing various log files related to firewalls, okay, related to this particular DNS, okay, whatever our IDP, IPS or IDS, okay. So malware attacks, okay, threat hunting, brute force, all these particular things we'll be seeing in detail, okay. So that is the stuff. So now here, okay, if I select over here, so this is the public IP address that we do have for this particular instance. Instance means this is a server, okay, this is a server, you can consider like that. This is a server in AWS we have got, okay. So for this server, this is the IP address. So now I have got a server I have created over here, okay. How to launch a particular instance and all, I'll be specifying in my Splunk classes, okay. So again, I cannot specify all those things over here, okay. So we can always have a server like this, instance like this, and this particular instance will be having a IP address, okay. So now I do have a server over here, but how I can access a server, this particular server, how I can access? So by using the SSS command, if I click over connect over here, see if I go to SSS client, see AWS provides a SSS command over here, okay, secure shell, okay. This is the command I'm going to use. So what does this command comprise of? SSS stands for secure shell, I stands for identity, minus I stands for identity. That means I am going to use an identity. See Splunk 4 July.pem file. This is the PEM file. So everything works on PEM file in AWS. That means you won't be having any credentials, username and password. They will be giving a PEM file for you. This PEM file is your username and password only. That's what you have to remember. Okay, this is the identity basically. That's why -i, this PEM file, Ubuntu is the username. At the rate, what do we have over here? This is the public DNS. See, AWS itself is providing in the particular AWS DNS server. So it is already resolving the particular IP address. See, EC2, how it is resolved, what is the format of AWS? See, first of all, it will be specifying the instance, which instance we are using. We are using EC2 type of instances, right? EC2 service, EC2 it will be specifying. Then it will be giving the public IP address. This is what? This is the public IP address. And again, it will be specifying the region. Okay. So this is what you now you can understand, right? Now you can correlate because you know what is the DNS. So it is providing the particular, it is resolving the IP address and it is providing over here. That particular public DNS will be having over here. So this comprises my SSS command, secure shell, -i for identity. It will be using this particular PEM file. Ubuntu is the username, @public DNS. Okay. So with the help of this particular command, SSS command, I can always copy. So SSS, which port number will be using? 22 port number. Okay. So whenever I am using Linux or Mac, I can directly use this particular command. I can always connect to the Linux machine. Otherwise, if you are using from Windows, right, we have to use a third-party software called Putty. Okay, all those things I'll be specifying in my Splunk class. Okay, that's why I strongly recommend to join both the courses, because you will be getting knowledge in both of the particular things, which will be very useful for your job search. Okay, so that is a different story altogether. So now, like this, we can always access, because I am using Mac right now. I am directly taking this SSS command and then I will be connecting to my Linux machine. So for that sake, what I'll be doing, I'll be taking a terminal over here, which is nothing but my command line interface. Okay, my command line interface I'll be taking. Okay, so I can always access this SSS command wherever the PEM file is stored in my local computer. So this particular PEM file is stored in a location called documents/PEM files. Documents/PEM files. Okay, this is the particular location. So if you do not clearly understand also, don't, no problem. So what I am doing, I am just accessing a Linux machine. Okay, I am just accessing a Linux machine. That's what I am doing right now by using a SSH command. SSH command. So SSH is a protocol. I'll be explaining also in this class only. Okay, so cd documents/PEM files I'll be specifying. Okay, and now if I put the command whatever I have copied. Okay, so cd means what? Change directory. In Linux, cd means change directory, because these particular files are available in my documents folder and in PEM files folder. See, in my documents folder, if you go, sorry, documents folder, if you go, so you will be finding a particular folder called PEM files. Where is that? Yeah, so this is the particular folder, PEM files. See, all my PEM files will be located in this particular folder. So that's why I'm accessing this particular folder first, cd change directory to documents/PEM files, and then I'm going to give this particular command. So now if I press enter over here, automatically it will be connecting to the Linux machine. I have to say yes over here. Okay, so it will be connected to my Linux machine. So because I'm using Mac, which internally uses Linux only, so I can directly use SSS command. If you are trying to connect from a Windows machine, okay, already Splunk students know. Okay, Narendra, Vishnu, all these people know because they have attended Splunk. So what you have to do, they have to connect through Putty. Okay, so through the third-party software Putty, they can always connect, so that you will be seeing the same screen as well. Okay, so that is the particular thing. And so now what I have to do over here, I have to take sudo su. Okay, sudo is the particular command for super user command. Okay, super user is the one where you can always have the all privileges. Okay, so once if you get the super user permissions, you will be having all the privileges. All the privileges means what? You can read, write, you can grant permissions, you can delete, all this particular stuff you can always do. Okay, so that's why we have to take the super user permissions. Sudo su is the particular command. Okay, so now if I press enter, I'll be having the particular super user permissions. And now whatever we have discussed, see right now over here, what is the public, what is the public IP address over here that we have got for this particular server, for our particular Linux machine, whatever we are going to access. So this is the public DNS, right? So if I want to scan this one, okay, if I want to scan this one, I am not, see what is the use of SSH? What is the use of SSH? Already I have discussed with you. SSH is the one where we can always access the files on a remote location. See, am I accessing this particular Linux machine? Actually, I do have a physical access. No, right? So physical access in the sense I'm not accessing from RDP, remote desktop connection. Okay, so I'm not accessing like that. So what I'm doing, I am accessing, I am taking this SSS command, and here I have connected, still I have connected to this particular Linux machine, see over here, and I can always access, see all the folders I'm able to see, home/ubuntu. Okay, if I say cd root over here, cd /root over here, see if I do ls, okay, ls minus ltr, so which stands for listing of the items in the reverse order by time. Okay, so if I do like this, see I'll be finding all the particular folders in that particular machine. So that's what, right? So I can always access anything. Okay, and I do have super user permissions also. That means I can always grant permissions, I can always access any file, delete any file. Okay, all the full permissions I'll be having. Okay, that is the particular thing. And again, let me go to this particular place only, cd root home/ubuntu, cd root home/ubuntu. Okay, so now see, now as we have discussed, what is the command that we have to use for vertical scanning? What is the command that we have to use for vertical scanning? Just now only we have discussed, right? What is the command that we have to use for vertical scanning? Just now only we have discussed. What is the command? On the screen you are seeing, what is the command? Vertical scanning, is it nmap or ping? Is it nmap or ping? Nmap, see I have given also over here. Okay, I am clearly showcasing over here vertical scanning nmap, right? So that is the particular stuff. So now if I say, you are getting right what I am saying. If you do not understand, please ask me. So if I say nmap, so this command won't be executed directly. Okay, so nmap command you cannot use directly. You have to you have to install. Okay, you have to install nmap basically. Sudo apt install nmap is the particular command you have to use. You have to install the nmap library, and then only you have to use this particular command. Otherwise you cannot use. Okay, please use sudo apt install nmap as the particular command and press enter. Okay, already I have done that one, that's why I can use. Otherwise you cannot use the particular nmap command. So nmap space IP address, right? What is the IP address? What is the IP address of the particular instance we are using? This is the IP address 18.117.149.179. So I am going to paste that one. Okay, see I have pasted this one. So now press enter over here. See, if you press enter, see host is up and running with the so and so latency. Okay, so 9 and 6 closed TCP ports are available, which are not shown. Okay, so because they are closed, it is not showing. But what is the status of this open port? See, 22 SSH is already open, right? That's why we are able to connect. Correct or not? T22/TCP. You are getting this or not? Everybody, you are getting this or not? Anil, Narendra, Ramya, and Vishnu.
Yes,
Yeah, yeah, right. So 22 port number CSSH, which is open, 25 port number, which is SMTP. We are going to discuss that one. Okay, so 8000 in Splunk, 8000 has got a port number, 8000 has got special importance. Okay, this is the web port number. Okay, so STTP, see STTP. Okay, web port. Okay, so by using this port number only, we can always access. Otherwise, we cannot access. Okay, and 8089 in Splunk, we do this is called as a management port number. Okay, so if you want to connect one component to other component, then this port number we have to use. All these port numbers are active, so like this it will be showcasing. So these right now these 4 port numbers are active on which machine? On which machine? This particular IP address on this machine 18.117.149.179. Okay, so for example, if I do have like this, if I do have a range of IP addresses from 18.117.149.225 up to 225, I can always access and I can always get the particular information. Okay, that is what I can always do with the nmap command. Which port number, see clearly it will be showcasing which port numbers are opened. Okay, that is the particular thing you are getting right. So that is the particular thing that you can always do. Or else if I use, this is called as what, this is the vertical scanning. Always do remember, whenever I use nmap as the particular command, okay, that is called as vertical scanning. Okay, that is called as vertical scanning. So in other words, scanning through port numbers. Okay, scanning for port numbers is always a vertical scan, whereas scanning for network, okay, so whether it is active or not, it is a horizontal scan. Okay, so now if I say for horizontal scanning, okay, vertical scan we have seen right now, one IP address scanned in 1.49 seconds. Okay, like that they can scan each and everything. Okay, so what is the command that we have to use? If I want to use the horizontal scanning, ping is the particular command. Ping and the particular IP address, that's it. Okay, the IP address we have to give whatever the computer we are going to scan. Okay, so ping, if I say, so what does it do internally? It will be using the ICMP protocol. Okay, and it will be echo request, it will be doing a echo request, and it will be waiting for a echo reply. Okay, it will be having a echo request. Now if I press enter, it will be requesting with a echo request. Okay, and then see, it is having the particular response. See, 64 bytes from this particular IP address has been received. Which protocol I have specified? ICMP. See, ICMP and TTL. This is the time to live, number of days. Okay, so and time in the microseconds also it is specifying over here. Okay, so like this, see, for each and every packet. Okay, for each and every second. Okay, so it is specifying whether it is available or not. Okay, like that, if you, it can it will be showcasing for each and every second. See, which is active, it is active, it is active, like that. If I want to come out, I have to say Control C. Okay, then I'll be coming out. So once if it is completed, then they'll be going to the different things. Okay, they'll be going to the again a different IP address and all. See what is the result? 40 packets transmitted, 40 received, 0% packet loss, time taken is so and so. So now they can understand that, see, all the packets are being traversed through this particular IP address to this particular computer. Okay, so they can easily identify the particular thing, whether which computer is active by using the ping command, or else which port number is active by using the nmap command. Okay, so that is the particular thing. So ping command works directly, but as I've specified, if you want to use nmap command, you have to use the particular command sudo apt install nmap. Sudo apt install nmap is the particular command you can always use. Okay, then only you can always use the nmap as the particular command. Okay, so this is what you can always have the SMB protocol. So what is SMB protocol? SMB stands for server message block, where you can always share the files or folders across different computers. Okay, so even from different operating systems or through different networks. Okay, but it is not secured because the attackers, they can easily scan, either horizontal scan they can do or vertical scan also they can do. Okay, so if they want to have the particular horizontal scan, okay, they can always use the they can always they can always use the uh, ping as the particular command. Yes, ping as the particular command, and they can know the status of the particular server. That is what they can do. Otherwise, if they want to know the port numbers, they can always use the vertical scan, and they can always have the port numbers notified. Okay, and the most popular vulnerability by using this SMB is the ransomware attack. Okay, we can always have, so most popularly we'll be having the ransomware attack. So what do you mean by ransomware attack? So attackers will be blocking your computer. Okay, sometimes they will be blocking your entire computer. Okay, they'll be encrypting, basically they'll be encrypting all the data, or else some crucial files inside your computer, right? Some crucial files inside your computer they will be blocking. Okay, so some files whatever they think, because they have they will be scanning your computer like this, right, by using SMP. So now what they will be doing, they will be identifying the files and they will be correcting these particular files. They'll be encrypting basically. Okay, and then why they will be encrypting? For to gain money. Okay, to get money from you, they will be encrypting all the particular files. Okay, they will be asking. Let me show over here. If you say ransomware, okay, if you go to the browser and if you say ransomware, or else let me put as WannaCry. WannaCry is the famous ransomware attack. Okay, one of the popular ransomware attacks, WannaCry. So if I say WannaCry, yeah, see WannaCry statistics, WannaCry. Let me go to images. Yeah, the first thing, see, like this exactly they will be. So whenever you switch on your computer, you will be finding, array yaar, how many clicks I have to make? Yeah, see, like this, whenever you switch on your computer, you will be finding this kind of thing. See, payment will be raised on so and so date. Okay, time left. So your files will be lost on so and so date. Time left for this one. So send $300 worth of Bitcoin to this address. See, this address also they have given. Check payment. Okay, check payment, and then this decrypt button will be activated. Okay, so like this, only the screen only will be finding. You cannot go inside your computer. Okay, so this is the actual thing. Unless and until you pay this $300 as they have shown in this particular image, okay, or else whatever the money they ask, okay, your data will not be decrypted. It is a big problem for organizations, right? Because organizations data is always crucial, right? So especially in service-based organizations, whatever the so many client data they will be having. Okay, if that data is leaked, then they have to face so many problems. Okay, so that is why. Okay, so they will be paying that amount, and then they will be getting the decrypted. Okay, while all their files decrypted. So if I want, if let me show that thing as well. If I search for ransomware, yeah, ransomware in 2024. Okay, yeah, if you see not this one also we can check. Okay, so if you see this one, see, this is year wise. Okay, month wise he has shown over here how many victims are there. Victims in the sense not individuals but organizations. Okay, see, recent data in May 2024, almost all 480 victims are there. 440 to 450 460 victims are there. Okay, so in July 2023, okay, 480 victims are there exactly. Okay, so like this, so each and every time, see, they have given the data. So many organizations have been affected. Okay, so this is the recent data that we do have. This is for the number of organizations. So if I go back over here, okay, I cannot go back. Yeah, here if I go, yeah, and if I click over here, see, you can find in dollars. Where is that? Yeah, see, you can find in dollars. See, in 2023, till last year, how many, only for this ransomware, $1.1 billion has been, okay, total value received by ransomware attackers. See, they have received $1.1 billion. So that means what? Organizations are paying, okay, paying because they cannot access their own computers. Okay, their data is crucial. So that is what they have received, this much amount. Okay, in 2022 it's somewhat less, but in 2023 again, this is huge actually, from 2019 onwards. Okay, so like this, okay, they will be having the particular attack. So that's why, right, so this SMB will be blocked generally, okay, in the firewall. So still, if you want to use SMB only, right, so then you have to check your servers carefully. Okay, all the required patches for your servers you have to maintain. Whatever the latest updates are there, you have to maintain. Okay, you have to check for the end of life of your particular software, whatever you are using. All those things regularly you have to check, and then only you have to maintain. Otherwise, ransomware attacks is the common attack. that may happen. Okay, that's why most of the organizations, they want to use the SMB. Okay, that is what you have to understand.